Straight ahead on the Drift. Ever wonder what life is like aboard a luxury super yacht? John gets the VIP treatment as he steps aboard for a look at the kind of boating most of us only dream about. Then, our friends at BoatU.S are at the helm with a clever docking trick that'll have you leaving the dock looking like a seasoned captain. Project Boat gets a trim tab upgrade because a great-looking boat deserves a smooth, level ride, and will drift above two legendary lighthouses that have been welcoming boaters home and keeping watch for generations. All this and more, straight ahead on The Drift, the social place for boaters. Hello and welcome to The Drift. I'm your host, Sierra Goodwill. Everyone loves a super yacht. John gets the VIP treatment aboard Unbridled, joining our friend Captain Liam for an exclusive tour of this remarkable charter yacht and a first-hand look at the luxury, craftsmanship, and unforgettable experiences she brings to the water.
John.
Captain Liam.
Captain Liam,
How
good to
are
see you
you,
again.
man?
You well?
Unbridled, I'm well.
Welcome on board, welcome on board. Unbridled's 191-foot Trinity, built in 2009. Great to have you on board, come.
Great to be here.
What's unique about Unbridled is the open space plan. A lot of yachts seem to have very specific small areas. One of the biggest features is this main deck aft. As you can see, no tenders in the way. There was a dive program for a lot of years. We have a Vanquish here, we have a Zodiac Hurricane on that side, and then we take them off for different showings as well. We also tow a 42-foot HCB, which is quite a big vessel for the charter program.
Right.
Take the guests on and off. And then inside the vessel, if you want to come this way.
And this area is quite versatile.
This area is quite versatile. All the tenders are launched with overhead gantries. And then we go into the main salon area.
So of course everybody needs a theater room. And in the main salon, beautiful.
This is what really catches people on when they come in. The size of the TV had a refit in Savannah in 2019 and really took Unbridled to a new level. There's 5 staterooms on this area, but there's also a 6th room which can be used as a stateroom or a gin or a spa or a lounge as well.
And there's a mattress underfoot.
Yeah, it's comfort.
That's quite comfortable.
Easy on the dancing as well.
The artwork is amazing. Captain, what do we have below?
So in the lower guest areas, there's 4 staterooms, plus also a guest lounge and a wine cellar, which is quite unique on the vessel this size.
And how many guests can we accommodate? 14, 15?
A total of 14. Yeah.
Right.
In the forward staterooms here, you'll see twins, they're called, which is a full and a twin, plus also a bunk that folds down.
So behind this door is
Wine cellar, AVIT rack.
a wine cellar.
Yeah. And there's a cigar or a dehumidifier we put in there sometimes, depends on the client.
Light is amazing in here.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Right. So here we go, Captain.
Welcome to my office.
Yeah, this is your playroom, isn't it?
This is the bridge of a yacht, of a super yacht. Refit in 2019 with all the most advanced equipment. But for guest comfort, one of the most important things I think to understand is the stabilization system. We have a quantum stabilization system, which is 2 fins that protrude from the hull, and they keep you stable underway, but also at anchor. So at anchor, when there's a swell or a wind, you can still have your martini straight.
Cap, I love these kinds of areas.
It's
Like
this,
if you were underway and I was on board,
this
I
is
wanna
where
be
they
right
are.
here,
This is
man.
where the
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen come, read their book, smoke their cigar with their nice whiskey or their
Right,
pina colada, unwind from the day.
Captain, there's nothing like a little sun deck. Well, little sun deck.
John, this screams
This is-
Bahamas. This is what people
Wow.
want a yacht for. They come to these areas, hot tub, champagne, music, wind in your face,
Right.
beautiful awnings up front in an anchorage or a bay or a marina in a really unique part of the world. This
where
is
you-
yachting.
This is where you chill, as we like to say,
This
right?
is where you chill.
This is where you would find me. You've got a sun deck gym here. You've got wonderful seating for a 9.
Wonderful
and-
seating, obviously music, good AVIT system.
Right.
We have the gym equipment that we can move around, a barbecue also, and then a big open air seating lounge sun area.
So Captain, would this be an example of what an onboard chef could prepare?
Absolutely.
For a party?
Most charters, we start with a breakfast a la carte, then we can either have a lunch here or a family-style dining.
Quite a spread.
It's also catered to the style of guests and also the location we are. So the fresh shrimp here, for example, we have conch salad, conch ceviche, we can go down to Bahamas with fresh lobster. So it's really catered to the style of guests and the location we charter in.
So when you arrive at a location locally?
Yeah, we
in most cases?
shop locally, and then we get preferences from the guests, and then we kind of cater to the guest's speciality, what they're after, the chef's skills. But really, it's really about a 6 or 7 star service designed around the guests, what they're after out of a charter experience.
And we've got a wonderful seating area.
Aft is like an al fresco seating area, very Mediterranean style with the light blues and so forth. Sometimes we put some outside heaters on if it's cold.
Right.
In the summer, we also have air conditioning that comes back. So when it gets a little bit still in the Bahamas, we have cold air flushing down.
Sure.
Now this is the engine room. This is a dive area, wetsuits, fins, masks. A lot of the people do their instruction down here for the equipment and the water sports and the sea-doos. Try the life jackets on, try the fins and masks on, and then go enjoy the day.
So the Vanquish will get you there for dinner.
It's quite unique, 2 engines with leg propeller outboards, music, AV system. People go out there for the day, enjoy it, cup holders.
If you're not arriving in enough style in that, you'll arrive in style for dinner.
The limousine of tenders, this one, the Vanquish.
Right. Wow, Unbridled, simply amazing.
For the full tour of this beauty, visit driftsociably.com or on social media at driftsociably. And now you can get the drift anytime on our social platforms at Drift Sociably, on the web at driftsociably.com, and catch full episodes on our YouTube channel at Drift Sociably. Catch the drift in long form with the Drift Podcast, available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you catch your favorite podcast. Like, follow, share, subscribe, and drift sociably with the Drift, the social place for boaters. Straight ahead on the Drift, our old project boat gets a trim tab upgrade and a smoother ride is just the beginning. And our friends at BoatU.S share a dock springing tip you won't want to miss on the social place for boaters.
The Drift is brought to you by BoatU.S, Sociable, and Subaru of New England. At the Helm is brought to you by BoatU.S. Better boating starts here.
Welcome back to the social place for boating, the Drift. Our friends from BoatU.S are at the helm with more helpful tips and tricks. This time, ever find yourself stuck at the dock while the wind and current seem to have other plans? Here's a simple trick to spring your boat off the dock the easy way.
Say you're on the fuel dock or another dock and there's wind or current pinning the boat to the dock. Or maybe there's a boat behind you and a boat in front of you. We're going to teach you a technique called bow springing that allows you to get your boat off of the dock within its own boat length. This bow spring maneuver is very popular for bigger boats, but it works great for smaller boats as well. All you're going to need for this maneuver is a dock line. I like lengths of 20 feet or greater, and also a ball fender that you can use on your bow. One of the benefits of doing a bow spring is that it's a safe maneuver because it allows everybody to stay aboard the boat. So it eliminates the need for people to hop onto the dock and back onto the boat when you're departing from the dock. I'm here today with Stacy. She's going to help us do our bow spring. So all we have is our dock line. We've gone with the loop end of our line through the cleats, around the piling on the dock, and we're going to come back to our cleats and cleat it off. We're also going to keep a ball fender at our bow in case the bow begins to come in towards the dock. That will provide a nice cushion. Now that we have our bow spring secure, we're going to make sure that we take all of the other lines off, including our stern line. I'm not worried about the boat coming away from the dock because we have the wind and the current pinning us to the dock. Next, I'm going to get my wheel and I'm going to turn it hard away from the dock. Then I'm going to put the boat into reverse. The goal of this maneuver is to pivot the boat out on that bow spring within its own boat length. This is a great move when you have boats in front of you or behind you and you don't want to hit them. As the boat starts springing off of the dock, you want to match the amount of throttle that you're giving with the amount of wind or current that you have. Make sure that your crew is ready on the bow to adjust the bow fender as needed. I'm gonna keep it in reverse until I'm about 60 to 90 degrees off of the dock. Once I'm 60 to 90 degrees off of the dock, I'm gonna come to neutral. I'm gonna need my crew member to bring the line back to the boat quickly. I may need to do small taps in reverse to keep the bow of the boat from hitting the dock. Here's a pro tip. Create hand signals. I like to use the closed fist for neutral. That way, I know from Stacy that I need to bring the throttle back into neutral. Now that we've showed you how to do a bow spring, I really want to make sure and emphasize that everybody leaves the throttle in reverse until you're 60 to 90 degrees off the dock. If you put it back into neutral, that bow spring is under tension and it will pull the bow into the dock.
Better boating starts at BoatU.S.com. Visit them for more helpful boating tips. Straight ahead on the Drift, a super yacht chef prepares a delectable dish, and we drift above a historic harbor and the lighthouses that have guided generations of mariners safely home.
Hey Drifters, now there's a place where the Drift is always on. Check out our YouTube page at Drift Sociably. Find full episodes and your favorite Drift features. That's Drift Sociably on YouTube, the social place for boaters. And be sure to drop anchor on that subscribe button for us. Get the Drift?
From the Galley is all about fresh from the sea recipes. I like to say, straight from the sea to me. Now we meet the chef behind the incredible cuisine aboard Unbridled. He brings the delectable aboard, and you have a seat at the table.
So today we're going to prepare a salad, a deconstructed salad with seared tuna chunks on top. It's super simple. It's basically just taking a tuna steak, cutting it into blocks, adding some some seeds on top, and then just searing it on the grill.
So Chef, let's begin. You have the cubes of tuna here. How are they seasoned?
So basically what I've done with the tuna is I've just seasoned them with a high heat oil. So I've used olive oil, and then basically I've just added some white and black seeds on top, and now we're just going to sear them, and these are going to go onto our deconstructed salad.
Simple and easy.
Super easy.
Grill's fired up, let's go. How long do we think on the grill?
So I would probably give it as soon as it starts changing color, turn it around.
All right, your magic is working here. So we flip this about midway. And what I love about this kind of a recipe, Chef, is even if I have my small little grill aboard and I've got a 22-footer and I prepare right, yes, boy, I can wow my guests on my boat as well, right?
Absolutely.
It might be plated out on paper, but it'll still work. It won't be the fine china that we have here on Unbridled. So Chef, what have you done here in the final plating?
So with our final plating, I have deconstructed the salad on the plate, and I did place my tuna on top, and then I drizzled it with a homemade vinaigrette, which is made with soy, rice vinegar, a little bit of salt and pepper, and then to counteract the acidity, just a tiny bit of, just a pinch of sugar.
Wonderful, Chef. Thank you for having us aboard Unbridled, and we'll see you again.
Thanks so much.
This is making me hungry. That looked awesome. For Super Yacht Unbridled's charter information, visit driftsociably.com. Coming up, they've been standing watch over a harbor steeped in history. And our project boat gets trimmed up thanks to our friends at Full Keel Marine. On the Drift, the social place for boaters.
Drift Above is brought to you by Subaru of New England.
Welcome back to the social place for boating, the Drift. And now, Subaru of New England takes us above the lakes, waterways, wildlife, and seashores that we so enjoy. As we drift above New Bedford Harbor, two lighthouses emerge from the waters below, standing as enduring reminders of a city whose history has always been tied to the sea. To the west sits Butler Flats Light, a distinctive spark plug lighthouse that seems to rise directly from the harbor itself. Built in 1898, its cast iron structure was designed to guide vessels through the busy channel. For more than a century, fishermen, merchant mariners, and recreational boaters have looked to its beacon as a reassuring sign that safe harbor was near. Not far away stands Palmer Island Light. Perched on a small island near the harbor entrance, this historic lighthouse has watched over New Bedford's waters since the mid-1800s. Through the age of sail, the height of the whaling industry, and the rise of the modern fishing fleet, it has remained a constant presence at the gateway to the harbor. Together, these two lights tell the story of New Bedford. They connect today's boaters with the generations of seafarers who came before them and stand as lasting monuments to a city built on the water.
Drift above more of our amazing coast at driftsociably.com and at driftsociably on social media.
Our friends at Full Keel Marine have been busy giving our old Aquasport a second chance at life. This time, we focus on what happens when the hull meets the water.
So we're going to be replacing our old Aquasports trim tabs with this brand new Dometic Seastar standard trim tab system, and it's incredible.
We're just trying to get a little more meat on the head of that screw so we can get a good purchase on it.
So John, you've got that dentist pose here,
That's it.
right? You're taking it easy. Why? Because we don't want to strip.
You don't want to strip the screws out,
guys, right?
And stripping them out, it may be unpreventable. However, if you can, a lot of these older boats have a lot of bottom paint scale on them.
So this is years of bottom paint.
Years, yeah. Looks like I'd say at least 10 years, easily, which is not at all uncommon.
So our friends at Seastar sent us the Seastar standard trim tab system. This thing has got intuitive dial controlling, robust two-piece actuator. With one-touch activation, this dial control allows you to level the boat and program favorite positions. So all electric versus electric pneumatic on our project boat currently?
Correct, yep. The current setup is an electric dash, but it runs hydraulic pump. Hydraulic pumps, it's old school technology.
Right.
Lots of things can happen with them. You can get hydraulic leaks, then you're losing fluid and your trim tabs don't work. They're also a little slower to react. It's electric, hydraulic, run a pump, push the fluid. Whereas the new technology, fully electric from the helm to the back of the boat, it's instant reaction. So you can control the boat right away.
So Seastar, less components, good.
Fewer components, less things to break.
Instant reaction.
Instant reaction.
Good. Like the old
Excellent.
school, we're going from electric to pneumatic to the actuator.
Exactly.
Away we go. So what are the challenges in installing these?
Not much. It's just being thorough, making sure everything is bed with sealant properly so you don't get any water leaks into the boat. It's one very small hole through the boat which needs to be sealed properly. And other than that, it's just electrical connections, quick connects, very simple installation.
Ready to go?
Ready to go.
Let's do it.
All right.
So Michael, the boss already took the old one off for you, right?
He sure did.
You didn't strip those screws or anything. We're ready to go. Where do we go next?
He got us started. We're in a good position. So next we will sand all this down to get all that old rust off, get a nice clean mounting surface. That way we can seal the new trim tab properly to the boat. The boat is already very dry. As John said, there's no water coming out of these screws, so we want to keep it that way.
So then we're sanding it down, getting it back to that original fiberglass. Look at that stuff. That hasn't seen the light of day on this hull in a while. Wow, so the helm station of the old Aquasport is getting ready for the new electronics from Yamaha. The controls have been pulled. Our new controls are going to go here. You're really working this up. And our Seastar trim tab controller is going to replace these old girls, right?
It will replace the old switches. The old switches are just simple rocker switches, up and down, no lighted display, so you really have no idea where the tabs are located. And that's about all it gives you. It's very basic. So you have your home button, which will bring the tabs all the way up. You have your bow down button and your bow rise button.
Looking forward to this, man. A smoother ride's going to be awesome.
Smoother ride and much more information. It just helps the overall experience.
As always, there's more Project Boat info and DIY tips at driftsociably.com and at driftsociably on social media. Like, follow, share, subscribe, and drift sociably with us. Thanks for joining us, drifters. We'll catch you again right here next time, and maybe out on the water. It's the social place for boating, The Drift. For more like this, like, follow, share, and subscribe to The Drift at Drift Sociably or visit us at driftsociably.com. For all of us here at The Drift, I'm Sierra Goodwill. Drift Sociably. Get the drift?
The Drift is brought to you by BoatU.S, Sociable, and Subaru of New England.